Mr. Ed, The Three Stooges, and Leave It to Beaver, to Melrose Place, The Sopranos, and Desperate Housewives. From The Wizard of Oz, Casablanca, to Much Ado About a Single Curse Word and Gone with the Wind. To sex, cursing, violence being commonplace in our movies. Remember Dirty Dancing, Disco Fever, Scarface, Goodfellas, and The Hangover? We went from comedians like Jack Benny, Bill Cosby, and Jerry Lewis to comedians like Richard Pryor, Sam Kinison, and the Wayans brothers. From Sha-Na-Na being risque to disco to heavy metal, and all the while gangster rap was creeping in. Now, gangster rap glorifies all sorts of illicit behavior, and it never would have seen the light of day in the 50s. Something happened in the 60s. A movement began to kick God out of America. In 1962, prayer was taken out of schools. Evolution was being pushed at an unprecedented level. An agenda began to remove anything Christian from public property under the guise of separation of church and state. After that, we can notice violent crime skyrocketed, from being the land of the free to being the most incarcerated nation on earth. 7,225,800 people at year-end 2009 were on probation, in jail, or prison, or on parole, about 3.1% of adults in the U.S. resident population. 2,292,133 were incarcerated in U.S. prisons and jails at year-end 2009. Just look at that huge increase in the prison population. It's crazy. SAT scores plummeted. Birth rates to unwed girls skyrocketed. Sexually transmitted diseases skyrocketed. From being the most prosperous nation on earth to a national debt in the trillions and is out of control. Take a look at the sharp increase in abortion since Roe v. Wade in 1973. The preaching has changed as well, from denying ourselves, taking up our crosses, and following Jesus, to personal happiness being the most important thing in life, even at the cost of another person's salvation. From the heart being deceitful and wicked above all things, to following our hearts wherever it may lead. From the clear biblical precept that marriage is between a man and a woman, to pastors performing same-sex marriages. From teaching homosexuality is wrong, to ordaining homosexual pastors. From seeking the Lord's will and following Him, to name it and claim it and blab it and grab it. God spoke very clearly in October of 1996 by splitting a plexiglass pulpit in two in front of the congregation at Christian Tabernacle while 2 Chronicles 7:14 was being read. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. America, only God can restore you. Humble yourself. Bring prayer back. Seek God's face. Turn from your wickedness. Do it now, before it's too late.